Okay, so here we are, iRacing 2019 season 4, week 2, and figured the first video I would do this week, since the other one I did is pretty dang popular, is a lap how-to. And so this is the Global MX-5 Cup at Okayama, full course. And so I've already done some practice just to reacquaint myself with this circuit. And I know the fast laps, the super fast laps, are 146s. And looks like we got a 147 in the practice session right now. I can do a 149 for certain. So let's see what I can do with this. So just as a reminder, I do run this car with no shift aids, and do recommend if you can do it. So we don't have a lot of time left in this session, so I'm going to go ahead and head on out there and get a few laps in, and then let's run through it, and then we'll talk about the actual lap itself. Actually, tell you what, let's turn that one off. That'll make a lot more sense when you're watching this, because that is the wrong window. All right, so pretty much just gonna get my outlap out of the way here. So the MX-5 is one of those cars that you can really throw it around, but it does fall off during the race, so you have to be careful. Tires primarily, not a lot of torque, not a lot of speed. I think these two corners right here are probably the trickiest ones on the track, at least as far as I'm concerned. All right, so here we go. So coming up to the last two corners, this one you're going to want to take as fast as you possibly can. Get up to fourth gear, down to third, take that nice tight line on the apex and get really on the gas, swinging out to the left-hand side, hugging this left-hand side all the way down. So we're going to get to fifth. So don't over rev it. As soon as you get that first red guard tower shortly before it, get it down to third. Get back on the gas. Get back over to the right-hand side. Get up to fourth. Then feather it through here. Lots of steering angle. Get it up to fifth again. 50 marker. Down to third. Keep it nice and tight. Get back on the gas. Try to maintain as much speed as you can. Again, don't wind it all the way out. As soon as you get that first red, go ahead and upshift. Going to go right to the 50 and hard braking and downshifting at the same time. Get back on the gas. We're going to feather, get it up to third. Don't push too hard through here. You can swing wide. A lot of guys do it. But at the very least, clip those curves. Get the apex. Don't swing out too wide here. You can spin. Right past the 50. Hard down to second again. Keep it in tight. Stay to the right. Downshift to second. It's going to seem difficult at first, but learn how to do it. Makes up a lot of time there. As quick as you can through here. Shift a little early into fourth. Down to third. Nice and tight on the apex. Feather it if you have to, and then back on the throttle and looks like we're going to come in right at the 49 mark.
1 minute 48.996.
Oh, actually, a little bit better than that. Look at that. Okay, so narrowly pull off the side here, and so that's a 148.9, and that's actually a little bit better than my previous practice session here, so not too bad. So let's go back through that lap, and then we'll see if we can find a representative even faster lap. So that was my second lap out. Tires on the MX-5, in my opinion, really fall off really fast. So you usually get 1 or 2 laps where you can really push. And you really don't burn off fuel too fast in these cars. It only takes about 0.19 gallons per lap. But before we run out of time here, let's... All right, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to back it up to the end of the straight. Okay, so let's turn this down so you can hear me really well. And all right, so 4th gear, get it up to 5th gear before the bridge, and then down to 3rd. Nice and tight through there. So you want to get back on the gas, get it up to 4th, and then you can feather it around turn 2. Some guys can do it almost full throttle, depends on just how you read that line there. Nice straight path down to this turn, 50 marker, get it down to 3rd, carry as much speed as you can, keep it nice and tight. Back on the gas, full throttle. Get it back up to 5th, aiming for somewhere between the tower and the 50 marker. Very hard braking. Late as you can, keep it nice and tight, get back up to 3rd. Easy through here, go as wide as you want without going off. Be careful here, that will spin you if you get it wrong. You want to get down past the 50 marker and really hard braking down to 2nd. Get it up to 3rd and then immediately back down to 2nd. Keep it nice and tight. Don't bother swinging out. That doesn't seem to help most people. Most of the fast laps I've seen are like that. Through here, full throttle if you can do it, or feather just a little bit, aiming for the little dirt patch on the left, and make sure you get that apex. Ride the curb as much as you want out there, and then all the way down to the line. So for me, that was a 148.9 in the fixed setup. That's halfway decent lap. Now, if we want to look at real quickly here, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Danny Lou, 147.5. So a good 1.5 faster. Let's see. I don't even know if it's going to let me select his lap. Yep, I don't think he may have already left the session. Oh, wait, there it goes. So his laps, 147.5. Looks like I was not here for that. So 148.6 really doesn't get us anything. All right, well, I guess we will not look at another person's lap. It's about one of the fastest I've actually seen firsthand. Looks like he's in here. More than likely, in some laps that I have seen, most of the faster guys, it really comes down to braking later. And braking later is one of those things that sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. In this car, is actually one of the best ones I drive when it comes to late braking. Most of the cars I drive, I just can't do it. It doesn't matter what the kind of transmission, kind of clutch setting I'm using, just really doesn't happen. The later I try to brake, the worse it gets. So in this case, looks like our 148.9. Honestly, I feel like if you were in a race and you got a bit of a toe going down the straight, you'd probably pull that down into the low 148s, 147s. Certainly not the fastest times out there, but with a little bit of practice, certain you can, most guys would be able to beat me at that. I have done fairly well at this course. I think I've actually won a couple of races. So hopefully this has been informative. And so I'm going to go ahead and close this down before we run out of time in this session. So if you're enjoying the channel, enjoying the videos, again, I hope they're informative, especially for some of the new guys on iRacing. Like, subscribe. Definitely trying to grow the channel, doing a lot more videos and a lot of different content. So thanks for watching, and I'll be doing this for next week as well. Lime Rock.